Okay.
Okay, we're live. So we're going to introduce ourselves and talk about Canvas and connecting. So I'm Peggy Semingson, College of Education at UT Arlington.
I'm Brian Brown, and I am also with the College of Education at UT Arlington.
I should mention I'm faculty.
And I am an administrator.
Awesome. So we attended the meetup at Region 11. It was a K12 meetup. It was called North Texas Pedagogy in Progress Mini Conference, but the focus was on the North Texas Canvas users group. I think hashtag NTXUG, I think. So Brian, tell us more about that group and kind of what that was about.
Well, this is kind of I think it's more of an informal group that's put together to become a formal group that meets regularly in the North Texas area to support the use of Canvas in the classrooms for the K12 teachers. Their current facilitator is Tracy Shea, and she is an instructional technologist at Cleburne ISD. And she reached out to me a few weeks ago because she had heard that UTA was moving to Canvas. And so she wanted to make sure that higher ed was invited to the North Texas Canvas Users Group, because it is not just for K12, it's for any organization that uses Canvas.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Okay, awesome. And then, so what did you think about the meetup and the major topics?
I thought it was really, first of all, I was going to say it was really, really well attended. There were over 100 people there, from all types of school districts, small school districts, large school districts. You and I were the only people from higher ed, but there were people from the Educational Service Center represented there as well. So a lot, we had elementary teachers, secondary teachers, core content teachers. There were teachers that teach, the non-core subjects like PE. There were some coaches and stuff there as well. So it was a really interesting mix of people to kind of sit down, have conversation, go through the topics. There were different breakout groups, but then there were times for networking as well.
Okay, I missed that.
What was your experience with that? Because I know you were there for a good portion of it.
Yeah, so I'm new to Canvas. I'm not new to LMSs or teaching online and that kind of thing. But Canvas is new to me, and also I love just hearing people's ideas. Like, how do you integrate Flipgrid into Canvas and use it with students with dyslexia? So like taking all of these ideas and connecting them, and Canvas is the touch point. But it's not just about Canvas, it's about integration to me.
Absolutely. So that's what I think that if you were to ask me why would faculty want to attend one of these Canvas meetings, I think that's it right there, is that collaboration and communication and getting the ideas how you can use Canvas to better your own teaching.
Right. Or sometimes it's an idea you should have thought of, but you didn't. So I went to a session on how to teach with dyslexia, and it was a teacher from Cleburne ISD, and he was talking about having students record themselves reading out loud using Flipgrid, but then providing guidance for that in Canvas, so the students are working on their own, and then the teacher has a digital artifact they can go back and look at later. And it's like, I just didn't connect those dots and think about doing that. And so it's just great to hear it from people in the trenches that have done that.
Well, they're doing the work today, right? Today, tomorrow, yesterday, they're doing the work. So that's
I know. But what were some of the sessions you went to? I only went to that one, and it was really good.
One of the ones I went to was called Convincing Elementary Teachers to Use Canvas in the Classroom.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I think the challenge here is that elementary teachers are scared of anything, particularly at primary grades, anything that requires a username and a password. And so, because, little kids have a hard time, first of all, they're not comfortable at the keyboard. They're not prolific. They have a hard time spelling, much less, typing. So, and I think that's changed quite a bit since when you and I were in elementary school, where, a keyboard was totally foreign to us. The kids today actually are at least familiar with the layout of a keyboard. But that's kind of one of the things the teachers, they're like, the kids have to remember their username, remember their password. So there was some talk about how to get around that, how you could use some tools like Clever to where they could scan. Each kid has a QR code, and they can scan it, and it takes it and it logs in for them. So there's some tools that you can use to get the elementary kids on there. But even deeper than that was, what are the ideas for using Canvas in the elementary grades? What are things that you can use this product or this tool for? And some of the ideas they had was for basically being a launch pad for anything you're doing online, which is kind of the way that we kind of envision using an LMS anyways. You're not using just the tools in the LMS. I mean, that's what you were talking about using Flipgrid. You go out and grab, Flipgrid comes in. You go out and you can grab Office 365 tools and you can bring those in. So that was some of the things that they were using about. They were also talking about using professional development. So not just from teachers.
Right. Okay. I heard that too. Yeah.
Teacher relationships. So then they talked about there's a tool inside Canvas called SpeedGrader. It's a rather new tool, and they absolutely love it. And the grade passback piece, which for higher ed, the grade passback piece is not a thing because we don't have a centralized grade book that grades need to go into. What that does is if you have a quiz in Canvas and you grade it, it automatically goes into the grade book, which is a separate system in a K12 environment. Of course, we're not doing that. We're only submitting final grades in higher ed. So one of the other sessions I went to was creating instructional videos for students. And that was a lot of the same types of tools we see already, things like, we have Kaltura. They didn't mention Kaltura in particular, but, using things like YouTube and Flipgrid. But they also mentioned a Google Chrome add-on I'd never heard of. It's called Loom. And it was pretty cool because it was just a Google Chrome add-on, and it saved the videos in your Google Drive.
What's it called?
Loom, Loom.
Got it. Oh.
And I had never heard of it before, so that was a takeaway that was really cool. And it will also do screen captures, so not just webcam. It'll do screen capture at the same time, so you can actually do instructional videos with it to show how to okay, this is how you do this on a computer, or this is how you do that. So that's kind of cool as well. And then the last one I went to was talking about e-portfolios.
Oh, yeah.
And, how you collect and share and showcase work using Canvas. And that was real informative as well. But I kind of had a hard time connecting it to where we would use it in higher ed.
Got it, yeah.
Because
that's more of a program thing.
Well, in College of Education, we use TK20 as kind of a portfolio piece, even though it's not an external portfolio, which is really what they're doing here.
Yeah.
Canvas does have a way for you to create a portfolio in there and then share that link with your parents.
Oh, that's awesome.
You could actually create one. We could actually have College of Ed students create that and then share that with potential employers.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So it does have that public piece that's missing from TK20.
Had a link out, yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Really. Well, that's great. Well, that's awesome. Let's touch on what's coming up at Region 11. What do you know about?
There is, you might actually have it in front of you. There it is, the Leveraging Canvas thing. Why don't you talk about that in a minute?
Sure. So this is great. People from higher ed are encouraged to register. I believe it's $35. Is that correct? But that's cheap compared to a lot of things we go to. So register now, Leveraging Canvas. You can also submit a proposal. I was going to ask you if you knew when the deadline was.
I do not.
I'll find out. So mini conference, it's June 13th, 2019 at Region 11, which is in White Settlement, just west of Fort Worth, I believe off I-30. And it says providing hands-on opportunities for teachers to meet and support district instructional goals through innovative applications of technologies in Canvas. So again, it's about Canvas, but it's about all those ideas and tools and concepts you can bring into it. So I think people will get a lot out of it. And I noticed there was a real variety of sessions just at the meetup we went to.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a good job setting that up. I was looking to see if I could find the cost on that.
Yeah, it was
June 13th. I don't see a cost on it.
Yeah, I don't know if it varies according to, if you're in a district or not. But anyway, it
is $35.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. And the last thing I was going to say is I'm visual. I know everyone says that, but I like I like it when people pull up their Canvas, you know, and then show kind of how they're organizing things. I think that helps me as a newcomer to Canvas to just see those visuals.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. And they did a lot of that at the Canvas users group meeting.
Kind of see what it looks like. It's demystifying too.
Right. Absolutely.
It'd be scary. So come on, y'all come to the Canvas meetups. There's another one in February, I think.
There is now, of course, we have the Texas Computer Education Association has their annual convention is in San Antonio in February.
Okay.
While it's not particularly just a Canvas convention, there will be Canvas sessions during that.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I think that's it. Do you want to add anything further to encourage people?
No, I think we've covered it all.
Yeah, so we just wanted to share our experience and hope you can join in on the learning. So good luck to everyone.